Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Michael. How you doing today?
Good. And welcome to all of you out there watching us on the internet. This is another edition of Not Your Ordinary News. Ashley, what we got to talk about this week?
Well, there's several things that we're going to talk about on today's show. A couple of them are going to be some police reports. We have some public service announcements, and we have some other local events and issues to talk about. So,
all right. Well, let's start with the election coming up August the 14th.
That's right.
It's very important that you get out there and vote. There are two races that will be decided based on the primary election this August 14th. Of course, one of them is Jim Appleman versus Glenn Hess
for the state attorney's position.
The state attorney position. The other one is for your supervisor of elections, Mark Anderson versus Terry Pierce, who was also a long-term employee of the supervisor of elections office. Two very important races. If you don't get out and vote on August the 14th, your vote's not going to count.
That's right.
You won't be able to complain, gripe, or bitch about anything.
That's right. There's a couple of police reports that I want to go over this week.
Okay.
One of them is a guy's girlfriend calls the police department saying, "My boyfriend just called. Somebody hit our car." While she's doing that, he's in the parking lot or goes into PetSmart up in town. He goes to the manager, "Excuse me, do the cameras in the parking lot work?" And they say, "No, they're not working right now." And he goes, "Well, gosh darn, my car just got hit in the parking lot."
So what happened?
Police arrive. There's no evidence of any paint, glass, nothing. This car is very heavily damaged.
Right.
So they notified Bay County that there may be an accident without a vehicle, and they got a hit on it and took the guy to the scene of the real accident with the telephone pole that has still live wires on it laying across the road. They were investigating. Florida Highway Patrol was investigating, and they took him to jail for filing a false accident police report.
Well, he probably should have had several other charges, like leaving the scene of the accident.
I'm sure
things like that.
Racked and stacked.
Crime doesn't pay.
That's right. And if it was your girlfriend's car and you're just trying to cover your tracks, that's not the way to go about that either.
What else we got?
This is really sad. A veteran who uses a power chair, leaves it on his front porch just like any other night to charge up overnight like he's done for years, to wake up and find it gone.
Uh-oh, this is not going to have a good ending, is it?
They're still looking for it, but the VA supplied him that chair. But it's just really sad that somebody would steal a disabled person's power chair.
If you stole that power chair and you're watching this, shame on you.
You'll get that. Karma's a bitch, and she'll find you.
You will get caught. Remember, what goes around comes around.
All right. This story reminds me of you and your spousal unit.
My spousal unit? Okay.
Man takes the kids to the skate factory for a birthday party.
Right.
Ex-wife is 45 minutes late.
Uh-huh.
There's a discussion about that, and it goes outside. She retrieves a weapon from her car, an umbrella, and beats the crap out of his car.
No.
The police are called.
And
they're interviewing him. He goes, "Yeah, we were arguing," and she says, "That's right, I did hit his car with the umbrella. It was better that than me hitting him."
You're right, that does sound like my spousal unit. But don't give Dana any ideas.
Okay, I won't.
You're not listening to this, honey.
No, I ain't heard a word of it. Where's that umbrella?
Lynn Hammond police officer is dispatched to the 5th Street ballpark because city employees that work for leisure services have found vandalism in the restroom.
Right.
The officer is investigating it, and yes, the sink was damaged, pulled parts from the wall, the drain line, the supply lines. Upon the complete investigation, the officer was going to look at everything in there to make sure that there was no other vandalism in the area.
Right, right.
But he was unable to enter the last stall. There was another city employee who apparently was driving the debris truck,
right,
utilizing that area, so he could not investigate that for any damage.
I guess he was leaving debris.
He was leaving some debris. Got a little fishing report. The red snapper season has come to a close. It was a very good season.
And I didn't get any this year.
I did.
Okay.
Anyway, scallop season has started and is in full swing, and the harvest season is off to a great. The meat is a little bit larger this year, plentiful,
You're a scalloper, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
You can also scallop from shore around Port St. Joe. You just go wade from shore. So if you're coming to the area, be sure and get your 3-day non-resident license and go enjoy some of our local-based scallops.
Okay.
And it's a very, very tasty this year.
Well, Ashley, I have some sad news for you.
Okay.
Another local Panama City landmark is disappearing. You know, the Snogger, the ice cream cone machine that's on the corner of Martin Luther King Drive and 15th Street,
I know it well.
is reopening as a Florida Wings place. And I talked with Ezra Brown yesterday. He said that the dome will still stay in Panama City. He's going to put it over there at the African American Museum for the time being. But he hopes to find a parcel of land out on Panama City Beach that would be suitable, and if he does, we'll see the ice cream cone out on Panama City Beach. But in the meantime, about the middle of August, he's opening the Florida Wings, which they claim to have the best wings ever. So when you see him open, let's support him in his new endeavor. Wish him luck. Go by and buy some wings.
That's right. And look for the cone, which has been a landmark for a long time, I understand, at that intersection.
It's been there for as long as I can remember, and my wife says I'm older than dirt. So
That's right, honey. You played with Noah as a kid.
what else is going on?
We got some public service announcements for residents and visitors
Okay.
that are going to be coming to the area. We've had a rash of burglaries over the last couple of weeks, car burglaries. So make sure that don't rely on the automatic lock on your door. Make sure all your doors are locked. Make sure your windows are up, and be sure and keep your car keys with you at all times.
That's right. I understand all of these burglaries come from unsecured vehicles.
That's right. And items laying out in the open, cameras, GPSs, DVD, MP3 players, and all that stuff. Secure it where you can't see it, like in your trunk or anything like that.
It's also a good idea if you see somebody strange walking around your neighborhood looking like they're casing, call the police. 911's a free call. They'll come out and check, and hopefully you'll save yourself and your neighbors some grief and
A
heartache.
lot of grief. And one other thing, there's a big hotel scam going on. People are watching in the parking lot, and they see when you go into your room, and they'll call the desk and transfer the call up to your room.
Right.
Claiming to be the clerk downstairs, going, "Our computer crashed. We lost your billing information." One victim said, "Well, I'll come back to the lobby and give it to you." They go, "No, the line is really long. We're trying to get everybody up to date as possible. If you just give it to us over the telephone." They did. They lost $600. Never, ever, ever, ever give your credit card information out over a call coming to you. If you call them, you know who you're calling.
Correct.
So don't ever do that. And it's a big, big scam here in the Panama City area.
Okay. Couple of things coming up. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, you have the waterfront market on Saturday down in St. Andrews. Also out at the beach, where the treasure ship used to be, there's a marina out there. They have a waterfront market on Sunday afternoons if you're looking for something to do on those days.
And those are always good to go to. They're great events. You get fresh grown vegetables, crafts, arts, all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of things, but it's a good way to spend a morning or an afternoon out in the sun, out in the open, getting some of the local flavor. Other thing coming up, we have First Friday's coming around again pretty quick. It'll be not this Friday, but the next Friday on August the 4th.
August 4th. And then 2 weeks, or actually a week after that, will be Hogs and Grogs.
Hogs and Grogs again?
Again, First Friday is obviously the first Friday of every month. Hogs and Grogs is the second Thursday of every month through October. Is that correct? I believe it's October.
Well, we got anything else, Ashley?
I believe that's going to be pretty much it for this week.
Till next week, y'all have a safe week. We'll see you again soon. I'm Michael.
And I'm Ashley for Bay Community Days. Yay.